Thank you for being here. It's really nice having this opportunity to talk to you about our journey. We are the Volaris Analytics, AI, and CRM team. And well, first I would like to start thanking you all for being here and telling you a little bit about what is Volaris. Volaris is an ultra low-cost carrier. We are the biggest airline in Mexico and the biggest non-US airline flying into the US, for those of you who are not too familiar with us. And today we're going to talk to you about our journey, how we started 5 years ago with this adventure, and where are we now. So we can get started. Well, first, our main goal is doing this real-time orchestration of our data and giving the customer the best experience that we can, right? Well, first, we needed to have a clear goal. And this clear goal was set up as this customer life cycle. So we started defining these key 5 steps. The first one is the customer acquisition. We need to get our customer base refreshed with new customers, with new kind of people, newer segments, broader audiences. And once we got to these new audiences, the next step was converting them into new customers, right? So this is something that is really driven by the personalization, by the timely communication, and the best usage of our channels. So after we converted these new audiences into new customers, we needed to do a better optimization of the market basket. So going through the ancillaries optimization, boosting the sales of these additional products, we also try to improve the customer lifetime value, right? And afterwards, when you complete this booking, we also have to go through the customer care part. So this is one of the key parts of the cycle to go into customer retention, which you all know is very important. And after that, we need to keep on building that relationship with the customer, and that is loyalty. So with these 5 key steps, we set our clear goal, and we started to work towards that, but we started almost from scratch. So this is the story of how we went from scratch to reaching this key customer lifetime value management.
So where we started at, 3 years ago, we had an ecosystem in which, well, many folks in the audience may relate, but we had this unstructured data everywhere, right? So we had data from marketing teams and data from transactional and sales within the company, isolated each one from other, which was very difficult for us to get into this single profile of one user, right? To tell the story of one user could be as painful as it was back 3 years ago, and we needed to get a more robust system where we could collect all the information and get the most of the insights that we could solve within the company. We knew we needed a single profile or a single way that we can tell the story of one client. We knew we needed identity resolution rules. We needed agnostic platform that could help us developing everything to different systems, and also that could allow us to trigger data in real time, right? Because we are set as an airline, some use cases needed the real time as quick as it could, such as, I don't know, a gate notification, right? You couldn't wait until you land so you can get a notification for that. So that was our challenge back 3 years ago.
Okay, so we decided where we needed to start by identifying our needs, and our starting point was first, we needed to get to know our customers. So the first question was, which should be our CDP, not if we should have a CDP. So this was the main question that we did to our director back then. The need to have a CDP, not if we need to have one. So why? Because we needed to get governed data. We also need to have all of our digital data in a single platform, and being able to orchestrate that at a customer level and different customer levels, right? Usually in an airline, you have this user, the passenger, the buyer. So we needed to have this multi-level identity resolution and being able to orchestrate all of that data into our channels. And as Pao mentioned, we were searching for a platform that could help us with our tech stack back then. And Tilium was this best choice that we could ever make, and we are still growing with the platform because it's helping us getting data from all of our data sources and putting it where we need it the most. So we went through many, I don't know, connections, integrations, and Pao can tell you a little bit of what is living now within the CDP, but we need this to not only contact the customers in marketing use cases, but giving them a whole holistic experience over the airline, right?
So yeah, once we started collecting all data and having this centric system in which we can gather, we started telling a better story of our users, and we unlocked potential new use cases so that could help us on the business.
So this was like the main journey that we followed. We first started with the navigation data, with the transactional data. Then we went to our marketing data. And when we had this data foundation, the most basic one that we needed for our core functions to be solved, then we got everything into the CDP. We got to know who our customer was or is. And then we started doing some use cases over that data. So first we went through customer segmentation, identifying new customers, high-value customers, potential loyal customers, and all of those segments of interest that could help us driving our customer value management strategy. So we also needed to integrate this with our marketing channels, which at first were like state-of-the-art marketing channels because we made everything with APIs, with manual setups and that stuff. But by having all of this data foundation and the potential that Tilium could give us or offer us, then we managed to give this to make this leap into a full CRM now, thanks to these data streaming processes and the audience stream solutions that we have. And we managed to build on top of that, right? We are now able to have multiple experimentations over our marketing communications or the disruption communications. And mostly, I think that the main result is, apart from giving a better experience to the customer, we're also getting additional revenue in our use cases. On average, we obtain double digits on incremental sales with each segmented use case that we launch. So this translates into a ton of money for us by personalizing, and this tells you about what it means, the personalization for a customer, right? So from having bulk messaging and non-personalized communication, with this implementation of Tilium IQ, with event streaming, with audience streaming, with connecting all of the marketing channels, being able to orchestrate that across all of the platforms, we managed to improve the customer experience, and it got these amazing results in incremental sales. So we now can keep track of all of the customer journey since they come to our website and understanding their attribution up until the retention rates, the potential of churn and that stuff, so that can help us optimizing the customer value. So a quick look over how this works for us is we may have all of our customers splattered across their potential average value of each purchase and maybe the frequency. And first, you need to have this basic visibility of your customers. And then you can start driving strategies and optimizing the customer value for them, right? And for this, Tilium actually helps us because you not only get to see the transactional data from them, you have to see the whole behavior, and Tilium can really help us with that. So with this, you can take a look at the new customers or maybe the low-value customers, which sometimes, I don't know, but in the airlines, the frequency of purchase is lower than retail, right? So you get to see the new customers or the low-value customers, and you want to push them all the way until the top customers or the top quadrants, customers with higher value, customers with higher frequency. And this strategy is driven by all of the analytics team, but it should be fed by real-time, trusted data. We should have the potential for orchestrating everything across all our channels, right? So this is the basic philosophy that we have behind the customer value management strategy. And well, I think one of the main steps that we needed to develop in here was not only building the data foundation, right? Because that is just data. But for the data to give you an added value, you need to have a team that actually helps you by orchestrating that, by getting the most out of your data and your technology. So, well, Pao here is the lead of the data engineering team, and she has made all of this Tilium infrastructure actually work and give us an added value. But you also have need to have an advanced analytics team. You also need to have this experimentation in business analytics that can walk hand by hand with the rest of the business to understand and get the most out of the data. There's this phrase that we wrote there that data will help you take the optimal path. Yeah, but you just need to be sure where you want to go, because if you don't have a clear strategy, then data it won't help you, right?
So yeah, what's ahead of us? It's mainly AI, right? We, as we spoke, we have already built this database foundation, but what's next is to build this AI foundation so we can start digging into new models of agents. We start digging into much deeper insights with AI. We've just deployed our first agent with this AI database as foundation, and yeah.
Yeah, so we are aiming for using everything that we have built over these past 4 or 5 years that we started this data adventure, and being able to start integrating all of this data foundation that we now have into the next AI steps that we're taking. As Pao mentioned, we have this live Gen AI agent in our website and in some other channels. And we, as we heard before, I mean, we have a very complete data layer now, and we want to integrate this as a context for that agent and provide further personalization for the customers that we have already proved that it gives an added value to the customer and for the business, right? So with a small frequency, as in the airline industry, then you need to convert the customers as soon as they come into your digital channels, because otherwise you won't see them again for a year maybe. So personalization is not an option. It's something that the customers are demanding, and we need to deliver it with timely communication. And well, not everything is personalization for the customers, but we also need to empower the whole business to take data-driven decisions, right? And with this, they need trusted data, they need timely data, and they need to have it enabled at the reach of their hands. So this is something that we also are working on, democratizing the data to enable that to all of the business areas. As we spoke previously, the marketing teams, the digital teams, the revenue management teams, everyone needs to have access to the data, and not only the data, but the information or the action items based on that data, right? So just to give a quick wrap, what we suggest, or I want to encourage you, is if you are starting this journey over getting initiated with Cilium, with the tracking, with the tagging, with the digital channels, you just need to have a clear strategy, right? First, you want to give more engaging solutions or more engaging communication to your customers. But first, you need to understand who your customer is. And for that, you need to keep track of them across all of your channels and all of their activity. And once you have that, then you need to build a scalable system, because as a business grows, then you will have more and more people coming in, right? So you also need to have that prioritized. So when you have this customer journey, focus on the main areas that you want to target, put the data there, orchestrate your systems, your channels, and start measuring everything so that you get to know what adds value and what doesn't. And measure what truly matters. And what we want to reach is a state in which we create loyalty by the added value that we offer to the customers. I think that is the end goal, right? Not keeping the customers so stressed, but making them to choose us because of the good experience that we can offer based on data personalization and being there when they need us the most. And well, I think that's a wrap for us. I really want to thank you all for being here. And well, I think we can all achieve a better experience if we manage to understand what we need with our data and being able to orchestrate it, right? So that's what we have been doing for these couple of years. Thank you, everyone.